Right folks, how's it going? It's Des Cattys. I'm starting out in the shed. I'm just loading up my stubben and then I'm heading out up the woods. It's wet, damp, snowing. If anyone knows me, they know I can't stand the snow. It's not because I don't like snow, it's because in this country it's not very good, is it? It's always a bit of a... It's not like going to Sweden or Canada or somewhere like that. When we get snow in this country, it's just a... It's almost like an apocalypse, isn't it? Alright, so stay tuned for whatever, really. Catch up with you soon. So I'm here. I could have stayed at home. Fancied a cup of tea. All I had to do was flick the kettle on the switch. But no, you got dressed, your rucksack was packed, and you had to come out here. I tell you what folks, the things I do for you sometimes, you really, you don't give me enough credit. It's a little bit sleety at the moment, as I say. Don't like it, don't like the snow. Alright, but that's my reasons, what I said in the first bit. No other reason apart from that. It's a bit, I'm very hot at the moment. It gives me the opportunity to wear my Swazi jacket because I don't get to wear it too often because, like I say, I'm someone that sweats quite a bit or overheats quite quickly. Yeah, it just makes sense really. It just makes it a little bit more legit. So I'm just going to get my shelter set up and certainly be a bit fun trying to get a fire going today, but that's all part of the challenge, so we'll see how we get on. Get it content today. bring out some chunkier pegs today, note to self, because those MSR ones were shit in this, oh, sorry, but we're not very good in these conditions, in these wet conditions. See, it starts coming out of the pocket. That do. I kind of just want a bit of space, obviously, for me to be able to sit down, keep me off the floor, because obviously the ground is absolutely sodden at the moment because good old Blighty's been blocked. We've just had so much rain here in the UK, so just to keep me off the floor, sitting on the stubben. That's nice. So it's enough for me to put my head in, and I can have my fire out in front. Well, we'll try anyway. Get right. Just farted in my Swazi and it's come right up into my nose. What did I eat last night? Right, I ain't mucking around with the fire. I've got nothing to prove. It is what it is. I've got a bit of timber around the side I've collected on the way in. Again, it's probably damp. A little bit of fireweed, still a bit damp. Might give me a fighting chance, who knows. Try to get as bits of hanging dead wood as I can. So I've got half a chance. But if it's proper sodden, I wouldn't want to be friction firelighting in this, you know. Now to prove. I'm already hot. Right. Let's get a bit of old, you know, I'm not going to be conservative about it. I'm just going to use the whole lot. Like I say, I'll use a whole lot. We'll see how we get on. Let's see what's going on out of the way. More Vaseline on now. That's what she said. Oh, I totally missed the cotton wool. Tell you what, I ain't sure about these ferro rods, these big thick ones, you know. I really ain't. Maybe it's me or what, but I just can't seem to direct the spark into it as much as I can say with this. Jobbed. But it's more practice because I think I don't really use one this thick. Oh, anyway, stop rabbiting on. Just going to burn out otherwise. Bit of old fireweed there. Wet. Not be in luck. No, more. So wet. So wet. Sorry folks if this is a long one, you know what I mean? You know, I always like to show my fire, just to prove that I'm not a cheat. I like to show it for real. You know, if you've got the patience to sit through this and you've got patience to do your own fire, that's all I can say. A bit of luck. I'm so hot. So hot. Oh God. If anyone's got any advice, maybe I need to go out naked. Oh, Stuart get his dream come true then, wouldn't he? Got a bit more heart to it now, that's for sure. Huzzah! The wind came through just at the right time. Got this old pencil sharpener. This wood is so sodden. I was watching a video the other night of a guy, Rob, Welsh Rob, he makes knives. I'll put a link, have a look at his video, and one of his latest videos that he's put up, obviously living in Wales, the weather conditions that he's actually done the video in, quite snowy and wet and everything else, probably not dissimilar to how it is here, just the fact that there's lack of snow. But he was having a little bit of a pop at people that was sort of saying that he takes too long with his fires, or that he uses a lighter, or that he uses this or he loses that. He's not, I don't know, friction fire lighting or something like that, because maybe that's what everyone wants to see. Does it matter? At the end of the day, if you get the fire going, you get the fire going. I use cotton wool, I use all sorts. Why do I need to be bow drilling a fire out in these conditions? I really don't. I absolutely don't. I've done it on a hunter-gatherer experience where I had to bow drill fire and it was wet and rainy, and it ain't no nice experience. It absolutely mullered me for the rest of the evening. And I just don't know. I sometimes don't know what it is. You know, unfortunately, social media has got a funny way with, you know, people grow a set of balls or get a bigger fanny or whatever when it comes to social media, don't they? And they all want to air their views. But I think, in particular, especially with bushcraft or outdoors, there's always this one-upmanship of hand drill and bow drill, and oh, you use that to make a fire, and you use that, you know, like at the end of the day, if I had a can of petrol on me, I'll be using a can of petrol, but I haven't. But I totally get his point, you know. But at the end of the day, most of those people that do leave them sort of comments are normally the ones that haven't got that haven't got no followers, got no videos up, got no sort of experience. They're normally just, I don't know whether you call them bots or what, or they're just the ones that just like to go around and stir it up. And unfortunately, Rob did sort of bite a little bit with it, and you know, it's just one of them things. You know, I just sort of if people want to say things like that to me, then you know, just switch the video off and go somewhere else. I just can't. It's just not worth stressing over, that's for sure. So anyway, so fire's still going, folks. You know what I mean? I mean, for me personally, that's why I like to show long shots of me doing the fire. I don't like, countless times you see people that they've got a little bit of birch bark like this, they do a little bit of a scraping, put a ferro rod scrape into it, get it going, and then in the next picture they've got this blazing fire, and it's not hard to sort of surmise that no, you didn't get a fire going from that little bit. You need a little bit more material than that, and I like to show the whole lot. And I think the reason why it's good to show the whole lot, because it tests your patience. Alright, because if you've got the patience to sit through me firelight, and then you've got the patience to sit there and make your own fire when you're out and the conditions are a little bit more inclement and a bit more challenging. Alright, so that's my little learning curve on it. Some of my wood's just come off the fire now. So it's I'll pretty much say that's going now. There's a nice heart to it. And thank God for that, because that wasn't well, no, was it really? I just, unfortunately, I had to use a bit of cotton wool, you know, something that was on my person. You know, please don't, if you're one of the armchair types, don't start munting me off because I'm using a bit of Vaseline and cotton wool. Alright, well, if you want to have a discussion about it, then we'll have a discussion about it over a cup of tea or a pint at some point. Alright, but otherwise, no. Right, enough of fire. I'll go and get a brew on shortly. Well, I can relax a bit more now, can't I? Fire's going. Got a bit of shelter, sitting down. Don't know if you know how important it is to have a set of knee pads in your trousers, regardless what they are, whether they're Revolution Race, Fjallraven, Dickies, whatever trousers you use. It really makes sense to have a set of knee pads in now. I mean, ask anyone that lays carpets for a living, or that, you know, that's or anyone that's sort of on their knees doing their job, as it were. Definitely worth their weight in gold. You know, even if you wear just a pair that go over the tops of your knees, it's certainly safe on your knees. Certainly don't, my knees don't get wet, they don't get damp or anything, they remain dry all the time, which is a nice feeling. It's a nice thing. If you know yourself, you know the experience of getting wet knees and everything else, it's not a nice experience, is it? I know it's sort of, you know, you can suffer it, but it's a case of having to. But I'd definitely recommend them, definitely, all day long, knee pads. Now, for ages and ages I kept poo-pooing these pocket bellows, but I'll tell you what, talk about eat humble pie, I love it. I think they're well good. Well good. Goes back to the days of breaking aerials off cars, doesn't it? Not that I ever did that sort of thing, because I was a good boy. Brilliant. Superb. I'm easily pleased. I'm certainly going to enjoy this brew. God, I struggle with the fire. It took me about half an hour to boil up some water in a titanium titanium pot. Yeah, really struggled. I mean, I had flame there, but it was just, you know, it was just being a bit funny, really. Obviously, the wood's so saturated. It's really, like, you know, really difficult. So some of the wood's quite punky as well. There's a lack of materials here, really. But you know, no excuse. It is what it is. I've put loads more wood on the fire now, so leave that for now and let that heat up while I enjoy a brew. Well deserved brew, because that took a little while to get going, that one. But it's not always like that. Sometimes I get in, it's sweet. Maybe if I'm in a better location, just is what it is, isn't it? You just have to work with what you got, you know. Bon appetit. White stuff's definitely coming down there, look. Yuck. was my intention today to make a bow saw. I had a nice length of hazel, green hazel that I picked up, and I was going to use it to make a bow saw, but I think I might leave that for another video now. I'm literally just going to sit here and enjoy it for what it is really. Fire's going, enjoy a brew, just the fact that I'm outside. I almost blew it out this morning not to come out, but and then I just totally changed my mind and said no, I've got to come out. So I'm glad I did really. Once you're out here, aren't you? You know. But the fire's got a bit more meat on it now. The wood is, as I say, saturated, you know what I mean, blah blah blah. And I'm just piling it on there and letting the flames dry out some of the wood. Picked up this titanium grill by Boundless Voyage. Not affiliated with them at all, but obviously being titanium, it's absolutely brilliant. You know, it's nice and light. I did actually have it slotted into a piece of wood. It's great, it's just to use as a throw down grill as well, but it's still pretty new. I've only used it, as I say, on this excursion that I've come out. I did look quite recently. I purchased a titanium water bottle, and it came a couple of days ago, and my first impressions of it was that the fact that was the screw lid. I'm not gonna tell you the name of the company, but I was totally unimpressed with it. It was a lot of money, you know, being that it's titanium, but the screw lid to me didn't, you know, it kind of it played on my OCDs, if you like, if that's the, you know, if you want to label it that way. It didn't seem to sit tight on the bottle, and it also, to me, if I did have it in a rucksack or something moving around, I have the sort of the mindset that it may come undone. I really was sort of unimpressed, so I returned it. I returned it to them and got my money back. And as you well know, if you've ever searched out titanium water bottles and stuff like that, they're actually quite expensive. Someone asked in one of the videos what my weight was of my in one of the videos I did on a sort of a loadout, how I plan my week, you know, what kit I plan to take away with me and stuff. And someone asked me the weight. And if I'm brutally honest, I'll be actually pretty scared to put it on the scales. It actually comes in quite heavy, especially when it's got that Euro hike grill in there as well. But I've taken it out and I've got the titanium one in there now, and I'm just going to sort of use that really. I mean, obviously I will take the Euro hike one when I'm car camping, or if I go to a woodland where there's pine and I want to have the fire off the floor. But here I'm okay with having a fire on the floor. So yeah, I mean, I've got a few titanium bits now. I mean, obviously if you want to go down that road of titanium, some people like it, some people don't like it, a bit like Marmite. It's just one of them things. I really am liking it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my Pathfinder stuff, I really do. And I actually do like the Pathfinder titanium stuff that they've got out, but unless it sort of comes over, unless it sells over here in the UK, or I don't even think Boundless Voyage have got the bottle out at the moment, because I think that's originally where Dave Canterbury picked them up from. I could be wrong, but I know when he was doing that 110ml pot, that was from Boundless Voyage, so it kind of gives you an idea. Maybe that's where he gets all his bits from. But I can't get the bottle at the moment, and there's no way I'm going to purchase it from America, because obviously we get screwed for import tax. My mate Chris, Wanderer Nomad, he bought one, and he got done for about 40 quid in £40 in import tax, which you know, fair play. But no, that's not for me. I can't, you know, that's not worth it. So I mean, and weight wise, I think with water bottles, I don't really think the titanium will make that much of a difference, because water is obviously a heavy mass when you're carrying it and such like anyway. But I think I'll just stick to my stainless. I'll stick to my stainless, I think, and not bother with the titanium water bottles. But you know, I do like the cookware. It'll be nice to try it out in even in a lighter rucksack. I mean, I love the stubben, love using it all the time, but it is a seat. It has got a metal frame in there. You can take the frame out, but what's the point? I want to be able to come out here and sit down instead of getting my backside all wet. So you know, you're probably already looking at a good few pound before you even start putting gear into it, but it's just what you're used to, you know. I mean, depending on how lightweight you want to go. I mean, I can carry 40-60 pound packs. I've had to do, you know, I've carried you know, if you've been in the military, you'll know what it's like carrying heavy packs and heavy gear. So even at the age that I am now, I'm still, you know, I'm still been able to carry heavy loads, but I kind of pride on myself now of obviously trying to keep my gear quite light as possible. Bit of the old sort of Des Muck kind of angle, you know, as the stuff that Nesmuck used to do, you know. But it's just handy that I've got Des as a name that I can use and confer it over to Des Muck. So yeah, so you know, always looking at sort of trying to make your stuff lighter. I mean, alright, I'm using the titanium at the moment, the little mess kit, you know, it's out of camera at the moment. But I've still got my stainless steel Pathfinder cup. The reason why I've got it with me really is that it doesn't take up any room at all. Because once it's got the, you know, once the Nalgene bottle or my Pathfinder bottle's in there, then it's slotted into a side pocket on the outside. It's not taking up any space at all. So, you know, alright, maybe I could get rid of that and just use that titanium one. But I still got a real bit of a personal liking to the old to this stainless steel one, so I will keep hold of it, that's for sure. I'll get another brew on. I've actually got my Swazi on, my Swazi jacket, wherever the Swazi is. There, look. Don't wear it that often, because as I say, I'm someone that gets really hot, and this jacket does keep me hot. So I only sort of wear it when it's kind of like conditions like this, when it's snowy, wet, cold. I know that can be like that all year round in the UK, even in the summer, but you know, it is really just a sort of a real sort of winter coat for me. So I don't really wear it that often. I do like my Ridgeline, but because obviously it's more skirted and it's a slightly longer jacket, it's nice just to wear when I'm coming out somewhere like this. I remember when I didn't have it that well. I had it a little while when I was out on a Duke of Edinburgh's Award expedition, and this was sort of September time. And we was walking on the South Downs. I was following a mixed group of boys and girls, sort of, you know, young people, and it absolutely hailed it down on the South Downs. It was there on the South Downs. It was absolutely hailing it down, and by the time I got to the finish, I was just wet. And it wasn't wet because the water had got through the jacket, it was because I was just sweating my backside off, because I just get so hot. My wife tells me I don't give off any heat actually when we're in bed. I was having an Irish, I'm having an Irish latte. When he run, I can hear Barney now chuntering away. Well, I'll tell you now, that certainly hasn't taken long to boil this time compared to the first one I had. Tell you what, that was a well-deserved brew, that was. Not sure if the handle's up, but I'm not taking any chances. drying that out. A little dry. Let's take that off for now. It's definitely a better fire. It's totally caught now. That takes some effort. Makes you almost appreciate it a bit more. Just one more thing as well before I do go. If there are any sort of questions you want to ask and you want to get it from my little angle on bits of kit and stuff like that, please feel free to obviously leave a comment. It's a good idea as well for me to obviously do a video and then to be able to share it with you folks. Just on my little take, it was nice, you know, Chris V answered his question about some of the gear that I obviously take away with me, had some nice comments back on it, some positive feedback. So as I say, you know, if you've only got any questions sort of like in regards to sort of kit and gear like that, or you know, navigation or anything in general, if I can answer the question I will. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you. I'm not sort of gonna, you know, I'm not gonna bull crap you. So yeah, take that one on board. So there's the little bag that it comes in, that grill. Obviously just slots in there like so. And then you've got that Velcro lid over the top there. It's even got a little handle on there as well, if you want to use it for whatever that's for. I'll probably just leave it in this until it all starts decaying and everything, unless I want to sort of make myself one out of leather. Or speak to Mr. Fryers and see if he'll knock me one up. Little mate for it, I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but at the moment it's you know, it's quite a convenient little grill really, you know, very light, which you'd expect from titanium, but yeah, not a bad bit of kit all the same. I'll stick a link in the description if you want to go over and have a look. It's Boundless Voyage anyway. Got a few bits of theirs now, obviously got the mess kit and that grill. Right. I think what I'll do is I'm going to finish off my brew now and then get rid of my fire and start packing up and going for a bimble home. Not much going on in this video really, just having a little natter and coming out and having a brew and stuff and such like. Alright, so I'll leave it at that folks. Alright, so take care, stay safe. Don't forget to leave your comments. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Starting to see that almost that 2,000 subscriber mark, which slowly getting there. It's been a lot of hard work, but obviously I appreciate, you know, the subscriptions and the comments and everything else, and also don't forget the subscriptions as well, and also the affiliate, you know, that I have with Amazon. I don't get much for it, but obviously it helps me out, you know, helps me buy little bits of other kit that I can potentially review. I did have a company reach out to me for the first time properly the other week, about 2 weeks ago, and they wanted me to send me as many water bottles as I wanted to, really, all these stainless steel insulated water bottles. But unfortunately I'm not going to do that. I'm not really going to sell myself out to, you know, to companies like that. If it's something particular that I'm looking for, then yeah, I'll go for it, but I'm really not going to sign anyone up just for the sake, you know, take anyone's gear just for the sake of it. It really isn't me. As I say, all my gear's bought, you know, I don't get nothing for nothing other than if someone gives me something as a gift. So that's it folks. Alright, so I'll see you later. I'm going to just enjoy the ambience of the fire and being out here in the sort of light snow, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care folks, stay safe. all about leaving that no trace as well, I suppose. I mean, leave no trace. I mean, crikey, there's still footprints and everything there, but you know, at least there's not a fire scar, which is goody.